Got it.
Yeah, but everybody, you know how like you only get so many letters to see it, so you're like, hey, Fayfo. So everybody's like, yeah, 14. But we've all called her Envy. Yeah.
Yeah, I call her Envy too. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's gonna be some. Oh, there's like some drama in the Freedom Family again today.
Oh, what now?
Well,
Surprise.
yeah. Oh no, you brought Sophie up here. Fuck off. It's easy. Well, not with us because I don't know. Anyways, I'm just dealing with it now, but be sure not to miss tonight when Pat goes live. That's all I have to say.
On TikTok or another
On
platform?
TikTok, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm excited. That's exciting. All right.
Well, I mean, exciting. It's just somebody's filming again our lives, and then there's fake accounts that come in asking questions, trying to
that
get.
happens a lot. That's TikTok in general.
Yeah.
And trying to get him to talk about something or somebody. Oh, what's up with Tamara? What's up with Chris? Like, you guys don't get along or what? And then like, stuff like that, right? And then they start filming.
Yep.
And then they send it to them, and you know what I mean?
Post it and create their own narrative in regards to it. This is what they were talking about, which wasn't what they were talking about.
Yeah, so I downloaded our live to make sure that they don't try to clip something that, without offering context or anything.
When it comes down to TikTok is a very difficult platform to be used in court. So it's very like you for one, you probably will never be able to get whatever evidence you have with TikTok into an affidavit. But on top of that, anything social media platform being used is a very difficult process in court because it's editable. It's editable. Anything that's editable is thrown out immediately.
Well,
because you can't prove without a shadow of a doubt that it's true or it's
all
real.
of Pat's affidavit was all social media. Everything.
Yeah. But TikTok itself is very difficult.
Yes, you're right about that.
Yeah, TikTok
these are not real names. Where on Facebook and other social media sites, your real name exists and you could prove that it is you. You can't.
A lot of people don't have real names on Facebook, and you can still prove because you have to send a warrant for the IP address. You have to send it to Meta. I'm sure you could do the same thing with TikTok.
I don't think so, but I
use my real name on
that
Facebook.
It would be a difficult process.
It's difficult, yes, and I'll tell you why. I've received serious unaliving threats by two people that I know who they are.
Right.
They use their real names. And it got to the point where they started to say the most ridiculous things about very, very harmful things that are untrue about Pat and I. And so at this point, I was struggling, and I said, we have to call the cops. So we called the cops.
I love Pat King.
Oh, nice. So we called the cops, and the police said, sure, yes, here you have grounds. You have grounds. We have all the proof. We have the names. You have the recordings even. Perfect. Because no police was on site when it happened, there's no immediate arrest that can happen. So what we have to do is send your case, your complaint, to the courts. A crown has to pick it up. So a crown has to say, yeah, I'll pick up this case. And that could take up to a year.
Holy fuck, a year?
A year for a serious unaliving threat on the internet. Yeah.
Fuck off. Really?
Yeah.
No, she's
That's
serious.
horse shit.
No, she is serious about that. It's the same on YouTube too.
Which totally makes sense in a sense. I just know going through family court and criminal court and creating affidavits and defending affidavits. I know going through that, my ex tried to use a lot of text messages against me. And even that became difficult.
I know, but you can be charged for text messaging now. It's called harassment communication.
Fuck off, really?
Absolutely.
All across Canada, you can be charged for text messaging, yeah.
Absolutely. But I just know through the court system, they try really hard to find more tangible evidence because it is disprovable. And that's the thing. You have to prove without a shadow of a doubt And if you could, if the other side can find a shadow, it's gone.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
that's where it becomes difficult. You could have all the evidence you want. You could watch me do something wrong and think you've got evidence for. I can find a lawyer that will disprove what you think, even though the truth is the truth.
And another thing to point out, Shorty's point about TikTok being difficult, is that when you provide in your affidavit social media as evidence, like in Pat's case, it was his videos. His videos essentially saved him, but also hurt him because he put himself out there as the guy who was doing the mischief, right?
Yeah.
But when the Crown had to present the videos to the judge, he couldn't just say, okay, forward to 10 minutes and 38 seconds. This is where the part is I want you to see, because it's the law that you have to provide context. And we had to sit through the whole live.
Oh, my Lanta.
Yes, we had to sit through all of the videos during the courts. Yes. So that's why TikTok.
I'm thinking about that like, oh my God. Do you know that? Like, if anybody knows, Pat did a lot of social media.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, well,
We used to
I've
talk
said
against them, we know that that's
before.
messed
I think
up.
I even still told you, Sophie. I have footage from the convoy of times where Pat was just getting done a social media event and something happened with the police and it was interactions, and I'm just like, man, I wish I knew how to get a hold of Pat before and would have gotten it to you. I still would get it to you, give it to you, copies to you guys so you have it.
There's a lot of people. I've had a couple people be like, hey, if you know any of these people, I've got some videos. Envy's another person. Envy was down there in the thick of things. And she's got some incredible video that actually kind of shows a different light on a couple other people. Not Pat and George, but on the other people.
Well, maybe that's, anyways, yeah, we'll be in touch.
Yeah, if you got in touch with Envy, she made a comment that if I ever was able to get it out there to voice it out, that she has things.
Oh, I think I know what it is.
Yeah, that it shows that
I'm glad you would have had my back on that, Envy.
there's some proof of guilt on another party, and it proves Pat innocent. But at the same time, I don't want anything to jeopardize anything. I just know that there's people that have reached out to say I've got this and that and the other thing, but it gets overwhelming.
Well, if you think it could be helpful for the appeal in any way, not just reputation with the other people, like I'm talking appeal, then yes, please provide any videos, you know.
Okay,
During the
I'll check.
Sorry, go ahead, Chad.
I'll check
Envy,
through what
get
I
up
have
here.
as well and let you know.
Yeah. See, during the
I'll see you-
courts, we put out a mass message. Like we had Natasha post, I posted, Pat posted. No, he wasn't allowed to post, but everybody else did. We needed videos. We needed proof, videos of OC Transpo putting up the barricades and the blocks and blocking in the truckers, not letting them leave. We needed those videos, but we had the proof because one of our witnesses was OC Transpo, who confirmed that yes, they did barricade everybody in there. But the video would have been cool to see, you know?
I thought I did because I remember getting in there Thursday night and they had these dump trucks on the parallels, on the perpendiculars, not the parallels. So like if Wellington is a parallel, Queen is a parallel, etc. Now the perpendiculars to the hill, those were the ones that were blocked off. And you couldn't be here, but you could be here. You could be on the parallels, you couldn't be on the perpendiculars. And so on the first night, they had dump trucks. On the third night, they changed it to Sanders. And then they changed it to barricades. And that's how it was every other day they changed it, but it was always still barricaded was the point.
They barricaded them in here in Windsor, too. They blocked them all.
I thought I had videos of it because I remember doing a video going into the city when it was stupid quiet and it was weird. And this was, when the whole convoy was stuck in Iron Pryor and the city behind it. But I realized it was alive and all my lives were getting taken down immediately.
Wow. Wait. Were you live on this account?
No, it was Facebook.
Oh, okay. So
I didn't have TikTok.
Yeah. But you can go back and pull all those videos. You know that, right? I could teach you how to do it.
In Facebook?
Yeah.
Even alive?
Yeah, even live streams. Actually, they're pre-recorded. So after you do it, they're saved.
Somewhere. Because they're not in my phone.
We're getting messages because I run all of Pat's accounts, right? And now Meta is erasing all videos after 30 days. And it says you can download this video if you don't want to lose it. But they're not erasing. Then. Yeah, but I don't understand why they're erasing only the new ones.
Because when we were in Ottawa, anybody from BC would see my live 3 to 4 days later.
Wow.
And that became difficult because it was showing British Columbia that I was live right now.
So what do you need? You just need videos proving that they blocked them in. I'm pretty sure there's some videos out there.
Well, it's too late. Trial's over.
Oh shit! I'm sorry.
No, but it's okay. We did have an OC Transpo witness that confirmed.
Could possible evidence get brought up if he were to decide to sue whoever sued him?
Well, the whole country can sue because we were all put on lockdown. Yeah.
But fucking, exactly. In my opinion, Pat should get a fucking award, time served, and fucking all money reimbursed. That's my opinion.
I agree.
If it was my fucking decision, I would tell all the money that's sitting in fucking escrow from all the donated millions. All of that should go to any political prisoner, all their financial fees.
Yes.
And then let's move forward.
And then any money left over, like veterans.
Then fucking donate it to the Children's Society of Canada.
Anything,
or the residential school survivors. Like, let's make it fucking difference with fucking $10 million.
All the vets.
$10 million. We're not talking about $20 here. $1,000, $100,000 made.
Well, you guys might be in for a surprise. I took my gold samples up to this gold shop, and
you want to invest in
they
me,
were
I
intrigued.
want to fight for fucking freedom fighters. I want to make a real V for us.
Oh, I'm gonna have a shit ton of money. These guys were like, "Where'd you get this from?" I was like, "It's my secret."
Are welcome.
Well, hold on to it and don't tell anybody about it, and you're good.
It'll be the Shorty Hall of Fame for those that still.
You know the funniest part?
I'll know in 2 weeks.
Yeah, but don't tell anybody. The funniest
part, over this journey, you wouldn't believe how many people, their biggest threat to a freedom fighter is grifting. You're a fucking grifter. What if I was a fucking grifter? How was I so poor? I'm homeless in my fucking car. How the hell am I grifting?
What's the difference between Pat doing a live on Facebook, entertaining everybody with the research that he found this week and doing all that, and at the end saying, if you care to donate to this email. He doesn't have to say it anymore because it's not part of his condition, so he just says it once in the live. What's the difference between that and him for it? Yeah, but what's the difference between that and doing a battle 12 hours a day on TikTok? Everyone thinks he's the coolest shit and like, oh my God, and then you give
You're who?
Like, what did you do for the country?
Do you know the funniest part is when those conversations happen? You're like, do you know who I am? No, you look familiar though. Do you remember that convoy? Oh yeah, I kind of remember that.
Yeah, hello.
We were in IKEA in Montreal when I moved into my condo, and we're just shopping for like random knickknacks. And a guy screams from like the hot dog shop downstairs, at IKEA. He looks over, he goes, "Freedom!" He saw Pat from far and he just yelled across the store.
And how big was his smile?
Oh, of course.
Right, like I get that too. I get so excited when somebody, I don't know, sees my flag on my car, honks and yells freedom. It gives me such the same equivalent of bliss. Knowing that there's people like us still out there. It's becoming a little bit more mute than it was.
Not really.
I don't think so. What were you going to say, Andy?
I said it's funny with that because they're probably looking. Is there feedback?
Yeah. Just like I got it. I found out where it was from.
Okay, go ahead.
Because they're probably looking at Pat in Quebec, going like, "No, it can't be him." There's no way that's him. Like, no, I'm dreaming here.
Yeah, and then when I took him to the reserve, because I'm like, you need to come to this reserve, you'll love it, because that's where I go and get, extracurriculars, and I just love it there. So I go there, and I'm showing him around, like, this is my hood. This is my province.
You can
These
make
are
yours if you want.
my
to,
friends.
separately.
Envy, I'm gonna. Can you mute? Yeah. Okay. Perfect. So these are my friends. This is my hood. He walks in the front door, and there's like a doorman there. It's like very high security. There's a doorman, and he goes, "Motherfucking Pat King." And I'm like, "Oh, fuck off!" And they all know him, and they're all like hugging him. It's amazing.
That's amazing. It really is, because I just